I jumped out of my skin throughout the film. Absolutely terrifying, but hugely enjoyable as well. Just what was it like when you read the script for the first time, and did you keep the lights on that night?
Yeah, actually, it's so funny. I started reading the script, and usually the only time I have to myself, because I'm a mama, is I put my son to bed, and then I sit in bed, and then I read a script. So this time I started reading the script. I was like, nope, I'm going to be doing that tomorrow in the daylight. So I stopped it in the morning, I started reading through, and I read through the entire thing, and I was just, it was so exciting to me because it's so refreshing in the genre to have a story that you really care about and a family that you can connect to. And I just loved how layered and complex they are, and then you chuck in this incredible supernatural element, and it just made such a fantastic script. And I was like, I'm going to do this movie.
It would definitely pass the Bechdel test, wouldn't it? Which is great to see complex female characters.
I know.
And I just wondered, are you starting to see more of those roles coming along generally in the industry, or is that actually part of the draw for you to be a writer and a filmmaker yourself as well?
Yeah, well, I love writing my own opportunities, strong female characters. But the good thing is in Hollywood, I think there's a real movement towards embracing, women-led films, and I love that because I certainly in my career, even 10 years ago, I would play the woman who served the purpose of the man's journey or the man's story, or, the pretty sidekick to the man. So now it's, I think times are changing, and the climate feels very different, and that's very exciting as a woman in film to see that happening for myself and for my peers as well. So this one was certainly one of them. When it landed on my lap, I was like, go girl, like this is amazing, and it's female driven, and it made me really happy.
And good for us as audiences as well, what we all want as well.
I know, I love it.
And your director, David Sandberg, I think he was keen to shoot as much as possible in camera with the ghostly entity, Diana. What was that like from your perspective as a performer, and a good couple of stunts you get to perform with her as well?
Yeah, I have to say it was a lot easier to perform actually physically having the ghost there with me rather than having to react to a tennis ball, someone waving a tennis ball around, and you have to pretend it's some ghostly figure. So to have these practical effects was really helpful because it made my job so much easier, because she is petrifying. I mean, in real life as well, you see her, she walks onto the stage and she's all like gangly and tall and very, very thin, and the hair is just so long and brittle, and you don't want to stare at her for too long because she gets under your skin and then she stays there. And it's funny, it just made my job so much easier having her there. And I noticed that her image has imprinted itself in my mind, because even now in the dark, I feel like I'm seeing her figure and the way she would stand like this. It's crazy. It's just in there now. And I think it's going to happen to everyone who goes and sees the movie.
Yeah, no, I had that experience last night in my room as well. Okay, the lights are out. I'm very brave.
It's like a stamp of her. It's like she's there now. Maybe she is actually real.
You have some really terrifying scenes, very convincing in those scenes. What was it like to kind of shake that fear off at the end of each day? Did you have kind of a ritual to let it go?
Yeah, oh man, you have to go to such dark places when you're filming a movie like this, and energetically you're just in the zone, and it feels intense and really traumatic at times. But I'm a mum, and I couldn't afford to bring any of that energy home with me. So I'd start the day, I'd get in the zone, I'd be there all day, and then at the end of the day, I'd just have to brush it off. My husband would always say to the house for us. Then I get home and I'm in mum zone, and we're talking about Peppa Pig and Paw Patrol and all the new cool shows. And so you just have to snap out of it and leave it all at work.
Rosamund Pike said something similar after Gone Girl. She said you go home and then you're playing Lego, so you can't really think about it too much.
I know.
Teresa Palmer, thanks very much.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey